Hello everyone. I just wanted to check in, make sure everybody's staying healthy and safe and doing what they can during this social distancing period. I know there's a lot of stuff that's uncertain right now, and you want to work out and you want to do some sort of movement, but you might have more people at home, children, dogs, spouses, partners, roommates, anything. So it might be difficult to just carve out that time in your space. So this is just going to be 10 minutes regrounding, reconnecting, resetting. It'll be more of kind of half of a restorative and a little bit of a vinyasa just to get your heart rate up a little bit, but making sure that we're staying grounded and reconnecting to our breath, checking in, just taking that time for ourselves. I would usually provide music, but I don't know with YouTube and Facebook and Instagram, all of their music laws and all that copywriting, so I'm just gonna keep it silent for now. I know a lot of you probably don't have a lot of yoga props available to you at your own home, so if you have a blanket, a towel, a pillow, you can grab that now. I'm going to do most of any adjustments or props are going to be with this blanket, just to make it accessible for everybody. So whenever you're ready, you're going to take your blanket and just put it so it's going the same length, opposite length of your mat. And then you're going to lay down, bring the soles of the feet to touch, knees wide. Bring that blanket so it's just where your shoulder blades are, just enough to lift your chest. Your hands can come down. They can come one hand to the belly, one hand to the heart. And wherever you are, just start to breathe. If this is too much on the hips, you're welcome to just take the feet long down the mat. Other option is to bring the soles of the feet to touch if you're needing more grounding today. Just also bring that low back to the ground as well. Just stay here and breathe. So again, the blanket is underneath those shoulders or anywhere that feels good, just enough to lift the shoulders. Let the head and the neck relax down. And just breathe here, big inhales. And big exhales. Using this time to check in. Are you holding on to tension anywhere, whether that be anxiety, physical tension, mental tension, anything here? Still going through these cycles of breath, laying here. As you inhale, create all that space, send the breath to all those places. All those places that need opening. And as you exhale, release, let something go. Get a little bit softer here. Release the tension in the jaw, the neck, the shoulders, the eyebrows. Take full deep inhales and full deep exhales. Acknowledging anywhere if you're stopping the breath or the breath is labored. Leading with that anxiety or fear, let it go. We're here just for 10 minutes just to ground ourselves, reconnect back to that breath. Although we are still working from home and we don't have many schedules outside of the home anymore, this life may still seem chaotic and out of control because we don't have an end date right now. Refocus the mind, focus on the breath. Take another full breath in and a full breath out. From here, you're gonna lift your back just enough to remove that blanket if you had it. And then when you're ready, come back to lie flat onto the back. Start to hug the knees into the chest. Give yourself a super tight squeeze. Rock and roll from side to side. You can take each palm to each knee, doing circles going one way and circles going the other way. Massaging that low part of the back. Adding any movement here. Stay here for a few breaths. And then when you're ready, you're going to bring the ankles even with the knees. Knees are directly over those hips, and then as you exhale, drop the knees over towards the right-hand side. Gaze can stay up to the ceiling. Maybe it goes over towards that left shoulder. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. here for a few breaths. If you want to fold your blanket and roll the blanket, place it in between the knees. That'll release a little bit of that low back in your outer hip. And then come back into the pose, re-breathing in and breathing out. Keep that left shoulder rooted in space, really opening up through that chest. Knees are over towards the right. Take another full breath in. Another full breath out. As you inhale, bring the gaze up to the center, bring the knees up to the center. Plant the feet down just for a second to shimmy those hips over to the right. Knees drop over to the left. You can place the blanket back in between those knees if you wish. Gaze over the right shoulder. Otherwise, keep it up to the sky. Take another full breath in. And a full breath out. Each exhale, we're getting a little bit softer, letting something go. Letting the ground and the earth support you. Try and release and relax. As you inhale, release, come back to the center. Remove that blanket from in between those knees. Give yourself a nice big hug once more. Bring the forehead to the knees, make yourself into a tiny ball. And then as you exhale, grab for the hamstrings, the back sides of those thighs, and start to rock and roll up and down the length of the spine. Maybe you need a few rounds to get yourself going, and then when you feel comfortable, bring yourself all the way to a seated posture. You can sit in crisscross applesauce. You can also fold your blanket underneath and lift those hips a little bit. Let the knees fall. It'll take some of the weight off that low back. And just close the eyes here. Hands can come to the heart. You can bring the palms down to the knees, face up or face down. Whatever you need to feel grounded here. And close the eyes, sit up nice and tall. Take a full breath in. And a full breath out. We're all here to feel a little bit lighter. Quieting that mind. Not checking in on news articles or social media. We're just here to practice. Feel grounded. Take another full inhale. This time, open the mouth side out, let it go. Once more, just like that, take a breath in through the nose. Open mouth, exhale. When you're ready, blink the eyes open, bring the hands to the heart, thumbs come to the chest. From here, start to reach the palms up over your head, gaze up to the fingertips. Exhale, palms come back down through the heart. Once more, inhale, gaze up, reach up. Relax the shoulders. Exhale, come back to center. Inhale, this time reach up over the head, palms to touch. Exhale, drop the right palm down to the mat, even with that hip crease. Walk the fingertips over towards the right. You can stay up on the palm. Maybe you can drop down to your forearm. Anything that feels good here. Keep the left sit bone rooted as you pull over towards the right. So you don't want to lift up here. Think of keeping the left sit bone rooted, opening up through that left rib cage. Take another breath in. Take another breath out. Inhale, reach up, gaze up. Exhale, drop the left palm down. Reach the right fingertips over towards the left. You can stay up on the palm or walk those fingertips out to your depth that feels comfortable. Stop when that sit bone starts to lift. Really open up and expand through the right ribs. Take an inhale. Take an exhale. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale once more, drop it down to the right. Once more, inhale, reach up, gaze up. Exhale, drop the left palm, reach over towards the left. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, hands to heart. This time, left palm is gonna come to that right knee. Right hand comes behind, sit up nice and tall, engage through that core, take your twist. You can look back behind you with that right shoulder if that feels good. Otherwise, just gaze over towards the right. Take an inhale. Take an exhale. Inhale, unwind, bring everything back to the center. And then as you exhale, twist over towards the left, right palm to left knee, left palm back behind you. Take an inhale. Take an exhale. One more round, sit up tall, inhale. And an exhale. Inhale brings you back to center. As you exhale, plant those palms and just come back into your tabletop variation. You can stay as you are. I'm just going to turn so you guys can all see me here. Coming into those cat-cows, stack the shoulders and the wrists, knees and the hips. You can tuck the toes or bring them flat. Again, whatever feels comfortable here. As you inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze, cow pose. Think of pulling the collarbones forward. Exhale, round, chin to chest. Push that ground away, really round through the spine. Once more, inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze. Exhale, round, chin to chest. Once more, inhale, drop the belly. Pull the palms back towards the knees, feeling that sensation. Exhale, round the spine, chin to chest. Really arch through that upper back. Come back as you inhale, neutral spine. From here, left palm is going to stay planted. Right arm reaches high to the sky. Take an inhale. Exhale, thread the needle. Right shoulder comes all the way down to the mat. Hand behind that left arm. Left arm can stay rooted. Maybe you extend it forward. Maybe you take a little bind. Let the head and the neck relax down here. Take a full breath in. Full breath out. Another round, inhale. Another round, exhale. Plant the left hand underneath the left shoulder. Push yourself back up. Reach to the sky. Inhale, right arm. Exhale, come back, tabletop pose. Switch sides, right palm plants. Left arm comes high. Open up the chest. Left arm high. Exhale, thread the needle. Left arm comes behind that right. Left shoulder comes down. Head and the neck come down. Come in, thread the needle. Take a full breath in. Full breath out. One more round, inhale. One more round, exhale. Plant the right palm underneath the shoulder. Lift yourself up once more. Left arm high, inhale. Exhale, tabletop pose. Beautiful. When you're ready, you're gonna tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog just for the breath, and then slowly start to walk the hands back to meet the feet. You can widen the stance here, so wider than the hips if you need. You can bend the knees a lot and come into ragdoll pose. Start to sway from side to side. You can shake the head yes and no. You kind of want to grab from opposite elbows here. You can do that. And just sway, maybe bend one leg at a time. Anything that feels good here. Take another round in. Another round out. Slowly keep those knees bent and slowly come up to stand, bringing that head up last. Awesome. Come to stand at the top of the mat. Big toes to touch, a slight space in between those heels. Stand up nice and tall. Mountain pose, Tadasana. Relax the shoulders down, the back, palms face forward. Take an inhale. Take an exhale. As you inhale, reach up, gaze up. Exhale, bend those knees, forward fold if you need. Inhale, halfway lift, shine the heart. Hands can come to the ground or the shins. Squeeze the shoulders like you have a pencil in between those shoulder blades. Exhale, forward fold. Once more, inhale, halfway lift. This time, as you exhale, plant the hands. Step that right foot back in space. Right knee drops down, low lunge. Stay here, keeping that right palm planted, left arm comes high. Take a twist, inhale. Exhale, come back, frame that left foot, pull the right hip back in space, half split variation. Breathing in and breathing out here. Flex the left toes towards your face so you have that engagement on the back side of the leg. If this hurts your right knee, you can always bring that blanket underneath the right knee, or of course you can fold over your mat and bring some added support that way. Keeping the spine super long here, so think of bringing the collarbones again towards the front of the room. Take another inhale. Another exhale. And when you're ready, come back forward on that left leg, bend the left knee, plant the hands, and then from here, step the left foot back to meet the right, lift the hips, downward facing dog. You can pedal out the feet if you need, sway the hips, walk your dog, bending one leg at a time. Stay for a full breath in and a full breath out. As you inhale, come forward into a plank or push-up pose. If you need to drop to your knees, by all means do that. Take an inhale. As you exhale, hug the elbows into the ribs, lower all the way to the belly. All 10 toenails come down to the mat. Roll the shoulders to lift the heart, cobra pose. Squeeze the elbows into the sides of your ribs. Exhale and lower. Once more, inhale, cobra, squeeze the shoulders. Keep the neck nice and long. Exhale, release. Once more, just like that, roll the shoulders, lift the heart, cobra pose, squeeze the elbows in. Exhale, release. Tuck the toes, make your way back, downward facing dog. You can reverse your push-up, use your knees. Once you get there, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Take a full breath in, full breath out. As you inhale, slowly walk those feet to the top of the mat to meet your hands. As you inhale, halfway lift, shine the heart. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise, reach up, gaze up. Exhale, hands to heart and reset. And once more, inhale, reach up, gaze up. Exhale, forward fold, bend the knees if you need. Inhale, halfway lift, shine the heart. Exhale, plant the hands. This time, left foot steps back in space, left knee drops down, low lunge. Keep the right foot framed with those hands, left palm stays, right arm comes high, take your twist. Take a full breath in, full breath out. Inhale, release, come back, frame the right foot, pull those hips back in space so you can straighten that right leg, half splits. Again, use the blanket, underneath your left knee, or roll your mat for extra support. Flex the toes towards your face. Spine is long, collarbones facing towards the front of the room. Breathe here, big inhale. Big exhale. Inhale, release. Frame that right foot once more, tuck the left toes. From here, step back, right foot meets the left, downward facing dog. Stay for a full inhale. Full exhale. Inhale, come forward into your plank pose or tabletop if you need. Take an inhale. This time, exhale, hug the elbows into the ribs, lower halfway, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog, just your feet and your hands are your point of contact. Exhale, tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. You're welcome to take what we did earlier, dropping all the way down, doing that cobra, only lifting the chest. You can do onto your knees or you can do the full push-up variation. It does not matter, this is your practice. Staying in down dog for one more full breath. Take an inhale. Take an exhale. As you inhale, gaze between the fingertips. Slowly walk those feet forward behind the hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise, reach up, gaze up. Exhale, hands to heart. Once more, inhale, reach up, gaze up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. This time, exhale, plant the hands, step back, push up pose, pause here. Exhale, take your vinyasa, lower halfway or all the way. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra, your choice. Exhale, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. You're always welcome to skip your vinyasas as well and come straight back to down dog. Your other option is to drop in child's pose. Take a full breath in Full breath out. Lift the right leg high to the sky, three-legged down dog. As you exhale, step that right foot in between the hands. If it doesn't make it there, go ahead and place it there. Stay in that low lunge. Big inhale. Big exhale. Once more, pull the right hip back in space, straighten the right leg, half splits, flex the toes. Big breath in, big breath out. Inhale, come back, frame this right foot. And then from here, you're gonna open up that right foot all the way to the edge of your mat, or just enough so your right arm can come inside that right leg. From there, you can stay up on the palms, runner's lunge. Maybe you drop down to your forearms. Maybe you stack your blanket as high as you can get it and lift yourself up if you need. Start to breathe here. Really open up through that right hip and left hip flexor. Breathing deeply, big inhales. Big exhales. Keep the neck nice and long here. Gaze down to the mat. See for another inhale. Another exhale. Inhale, release. Bring the hands back underneath the shoulders if they're not already. Tuck the left toe so you lift that left kneecap. And then from here, just step back, downward facing dog. Take a full inhale. Full exhale. Inhale, left leg lifts high to the sky. Take an inhale. Exhale, left foot steps through in between the hands or place it down, your choice. Stay here in this low lunge. Exhale, pull the left hip back in space, straighten the left leg, flex the left toes, half splits. We've been here before. Full inhale. Full exhale. Another round, inhale. And exhale. Inhale, release, re-bend through the left leg. And then from here, start to shimmy that left foot out to the edge of your mat, or just enough so you can relax the left arm inside that left leg. Hands can stay on to the mat. Maybe you relax down into your runner's lunge, coming to the forearms. Maybe you roll that blanket once more and bring it as much as you can to lift yourself up. Full breaths in and full breaths out. This is one of those postures we're gonna wanna wiggle and move and not breathe and really tense up. When we want to do the complete opposite, full inhales, full exhales. Soften with each round, let it go. Big inhales. Big exhales. Stay for another round. Slowly release. Remove the blanket if you have one. Hands come back underneath the shoulders. This time you're gonna pick the right toes and lift the right knee. You're gonna step up, forward fold, let it go. Inhale, halfway lift, shine the heart. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise, reach up, gaze up. Exhale, hands to heart and reset. Once more, inhale, reach up, gaze up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back. Take your vinyasa or skip it. Downward facing dog. We'll meet back in downward facing dog. Take a full round of breath. Inhale. And a full round exhale. From here, drop to the knees. And then from here, you're gonna come into the tabletop and then just walk those hands out enough so you can come to your belly. From here, you're gonna place the right arm even with the shoulder, palm faces down. You're gonna use the left hand to pull you up and over. So now everything that's left is stacked over the right. And then simply place the left foot behind you. Plant it down, head and the neck relax down. Really opening up here through that chest. Breathing here.
leaving the left palm where it is, or maybe taking a bind. Just re-grounding here, letting that earth support you. Breathing here. See if you can breathe so deep that you can feel the breath all the way down to that right big toe. Staying here for a few breaths. Slowly, when you're ready, roll back onto the belly, come back to center. Left arm is going to come out even with that left shoulder blade. Palm faces down, right palm faces down, pulls you up. Right, everything that's right is directly over the left, and then stamp the right foot behind you. Left palm can come back down for support. Maybe take the bind. Head and the neck relax down here. Opening up through that chest. Take an inhale. Take an exhale. Staying here for a few breaths, feeling grounded here, close to the earth. Breathe so deeply you feel it on the left big toe. Stay for another few rounds on your own. Slowly, when you're ready, roll back onto your belly. And then from here, just push yourself up into a tabletop pose. And then go ahead and sit back onto those heels. If this is too much on the quads, you're welcome to just take that crisscross applesauce. So from here, you can stay facing as you are. I'm just going to turn so you can see. You're going to make a fist behind you, behind that back. You're going to try and get the fist down to the ground behind you. Lift the heart, maybe head goes back a little. As you exhale, keep the chest forward and then slowly forward fold all the way. Any amount is totally fine. See if you can get the palms of the hands to touch. Inhale brings you back up. Release. Palms come to your knees. Stay for a breath. Inhale. And an exhale. One more time, make that fist behind you. This time, whatever thumb was on top, you're going to want to switch it so it feels awkward to you. Pull the fist down so they reach to the ground. Lift the heart, lift the chest. Exhale, forward fold, leading with the heart. Go to your depth. Try and get the palms to touch here. Big inhale. Exhale pulls you back up to your seat. Palms come to each knee. Take a breath. Big inhale. And an exhale. From here, you're going to reach the right fingertips out as long as you can get them. It does not matter. It can be right beside you. Once you walk them out, start to slowly drop the left ear to the left shoulder. Really releasing the tension that's built up in between the shoulders, the neck, the chest, letting that go. Drop the chin to the chest. Switch sides, left palm, fingertips come all the way out, and then drop that right ear to the right shoulder. Breathe here, inhale. And an exhale. One more, drop the chin to the chest, right fingertips come out, and then when you're ready, left ear to left shoulder. Walk those right fingertips as long as you can get them. No pain here, just a nice long stretch. Inhale, drop the chin to the chest, switch sides, left fingertips come out, right ear to right shoulder. Full breath in, full breath out. Inhale, release, left palm comes to that left knee.
and sit nice and tall. From here, we're gonna come into recline pigeon. If you would like to do your full pigeon pose, so the right leg will be in front, left leg comes behind you. If your hip is up, you can always roll your blanket. This is pigeon pose. Other option that's a little bit more restorative and a little less intense on that knee joint is you're gonna come to lie on your back. For recline pigeon, you're gonna cross the right leg over the left. Flex both toes towards that knee joint so they're nice and protected. And then grab for the backside of that left leg, recline pigeon. As you're slightly pulling in that left knee, think of pulling the right knee away so you can really feel the stretch on the hips. Nothing too intense here, just little micro movements, each inhale and each exhale. Let the head and the neck relax down if you're taking pigeon pose, recline pigeon. And if you're taking full pigeon, start to relax all the way down, folding over those hips, and hips are shining down to the mat. Full breath in, full breath out. If you're in recline pigeon, you're welcome to extend the left leg high to the sky. Otherwise, keeping the left leg bent is fine. Slowly, when you're ready, left leg comes down to the mat, unwind, right leg comes down as well. Pause here just for the breath. And then when you're ready, switch sides. Left leg is going to cross over the right. Get steady. And then start to bring the knee up into the chest, that right knee. And then left knee pulls away. Both toes are flexing towards the knees. Your inhale, you're creating all that space that you need. And your exhales, you're releasing anything that does not serve you. And that might be any tension today. Breathe here. Right knee slightly hugs in, left knee slightly pulls away, opening up through that left hip. Slowly unwind, right foot steps back down, left foot also is placed back down. If you have your blanket close, from here, you're gonna roll it here. And then once you roll it, you're gonna place it underneath the hips. So right where you feel your hip bones on the back side, place the hips back down. A little bit of your sit bones will be off, but most of it will be on that blanket. Option to stay here. Other option is once you're ready, start to bring one leg up at a time, coming in two legs up the wall pose. So you kind of want to have your hips a little bit lifted here, not much, but just enough. You can keep them here. You can do ankle circles, anything that feels good here. Head and the neck are relaxing down. And then again, just taking your breath. Getting a little bit lighter here. And then when you're ready, slowly set the feet back down onto the mat. Knees are up to the sky. Lift the hips just enough to remove that blanket from underneath you. And then once you get there, hug the knees back into the chest. Give yourself a super tight squeeze. Rock and roll from side to side. Again, take each palm to each knee, doing circles, going one way and then the other way. Anything that feels good here. And then from here, we'll settle into final resting pose. So you're welcome to take the same pose that we did in the beginning of class with the blanket underneath the shoulders. You can lie flat. You can let the feet come all the way down onto the mat. Otherwise, I'll offer you this. You're gonna roll the blanket like we just did for that bridge. Make sure it's the same length as your mat. And then once you get there, you want just so it's at where your tailbone, a little bit above the tailbone, so where your hips were. And then each shoulder blade will come around the blanket. Feet can stay planted. You can relax them down. Again, just a nice little heart opener here. More in a receiving position.
Otherwise, Shavasana, final resting pose is all yours. Just breathing here. Stay as you are. Start to come back to the natural breath. Your natural inhales, your natural exhales start to come down. Just close the eyes. Staying with this practice for a little bit longer. You've made it. You've carved out this little pocket of time for yourself. Some self-care, some time to reconnect, to reground. Start to feel the natural rise and fall of the belly, the breath. Remember, you always have this breath. There might be a million things going on around us and we don't even know what the end result might be. But you have this breath, you have this practice. You have this ground to support you when you're feeling a little bit ungrounded or things are hectic. Come back to that breath. Refocus the mind. Inhale and exhale. In your Shavasana, slowly roll over to your left or right side, cradling your head in your arms. Bring the knees into the chest. Pause here, just for a moment. Thank yourself for showing up and carving out this time. And when you're ready, push yourself up to a seat, facing back towards the front, whether that's your TV or your phone. Sit up nice and tall and let it go. Showing up is the hardest part. Carving out this time is the hardest part, and you did it. You're here. You finished. Take a full inhale through the nose. Open mouth side out. Relax the shoulders. Bring the hands to the heart. Thumbs come to the chest. Thank you all for practicing with me today. I hope you feel a little bit lighter. Namaste. Thank you all seriously for practicing with me. I don't even care if it's just one person. I just felt like I had to put a yoga class out there. I feel much better just from putting that out in the world. I know it's not super professional with the lighting and the editing or music or anything like that. You'll see me get up twice just to turn on the music that I did have in case Instagram or Facebook yelled at me, and I really want to put this out in the world for you guys. Please let me know if you want to see any more of this, if you have any requests, if you want more of a vinyasa base, a little high power or more restorative or anything. Just kind of did a basic one for now. So please use it at your leisure. I hope that you feel a little bit lighter, and I hope that everyone stays safe and healthy. Thank you all so much.